Today, the markets are pulling back, and one of the most important coins that you guys have been following and asking about daily in the comment section are the updates on SUI. Well, in today's video, we're going to tell you just why everything is pulling back, what to expect for SUI and other altcoins over the weekend. Are we expecting further downward push, or is the bottom in? Stick around all the way till the end of the video so you know everything you need to know in the news and in the charts affecting your altcoin portfolio this weekend. If you enjoy that video, make sure to smash the like button and hit subscribe. All right, let's go. Before we get into any of the details of today's video, I want to give a quick word from our sponsor, and that is Blofin. If you are trading the chaos, whether you're trading the downward movements or the upward movements, all of that can be made over on Blofin, the #1 trading exchange here in the United States that does not require a KYC, does not require a VPN. Start trading even leverage positions today. Hundreds of pairs happening over on Blofin. This is where I am trading daily. Our VIP trading group is trading daily. Come join the fun. Sign up for Blofin. Link down below. Like I said, the prices are moving down, and we're going to get into the charts in just a couple of minutes. But what you need to understand, obviously, especially with coins like SUI, there's still some growing tension about what to do with yesterday's information when Cetus, which is the #1 DeFi protocol on SUI, had a hack happen, and it dropped the price of SUI. Now, as we told you in yesterday's video, you can go check it out. We'll make sure there's a link posted in the description to go watch that video. It overall will probably end up being a nothing burger. This should not make you scared about the long-term effects on SUI or the ecosystem as a whole. It's simply a temporary pullback. Well, once it seemed like that started getting fixed, altcoins actually started to make a little bit of a surge last night. The Bitcoin dominance came back down below 64%, but we woke up this morning to a plummet and the news that Donald Trump is talking tariffs once again. For more about that, though, I want to throw it to our head of research, T. Shroom, so that you know the exact details about what's going on and what to expect happening next. T. Shroom, go ahead and take it away.
Thanks, Tim. That is right. Trump woke up and chose tariffs. Going over to my screen, you can see that 50% is the tariff that Donald Trump is recommending be put on the EU. It is a pretty big number, and it's because Trump feels that the talks are going nowhere. They're stalled. He has a general distaste for where the EU is leading with the talks on trade. Now, but it doesn't stop there, because Donald Trump has also issued a 2-for-1, a 25% tariff that must be paid by Apple on iPhones that are coming into the United States, being manufactured outside of the United States. India has been selected by Tim Cook, by Apple, to be the country where Apple manufactures a lot of the iPhones. Well, guess what? That's not America, and Donald Trump doesn't like that. After all, he was elected to bring jobs to the United States. So Apple could face 25% tariffs. Now, all of this could be interpreted by the larger market as a way to bring risk assets down. And after all, that much has been effective. And when risk assets go down, bonds go up because that money rotates somewhere, whether it's gold, whether it's Bitcoin, some of it rotates into bonds. And if you look at my chart today, that is what happened since yesterday, but not by very much. Since the close yesterday, we only got down in the bond yields for the 10-year by 1.8%, and to live price, a meager 1.38% drop. Now, Scott Bessent, the Treasury Secretary, and Donald Trump desperately want this yield to come down so that the interest on the debt is lower, and the overall budget for the United States can move much faster towards a healthy, balanced budget. So Trump is trying out the tariffs again. Can that bring the yield down at the sake of bringing stock prices down with it? Well, we'll see. So far, the yield has not really played along, but there is good news on the horizon, and that is that the first call was held with China after the big meeting in Geneva, Switzerland, and by all reports, that call went pretty well. So that could be the beginnings of positive momentum and a big trade deal between China and the United States. But it doesn't stop there. The silver lining continues with India, because Donald Trump announced this morning that we could see a massive trade deal with India announced as soon as a week from now. That's very bullish. But overall, there's a lot of mixed energy coming from the White House towards the stock market, towards risk markets, and it's causing a little bit of confusion. But Tim, that's the news. How are the charts reacting to what we're seeing from Washington?
Well, there you have it. Ultimately, T-Shirm, you're telling us the tariffs giveth and the tariffs taketh away. They continue to be the most polarizing topic right now in macroeconomics. But here's what I'll say the charts are telling us. A lot of people are blaming that EU tariff news as the catalyst for the pullback. What I'm going to make a point here today is that ultimately the markets wanted a pullback. They've been wanting a pullback for weeks, and I'm not even certain necessarily that the pullbacks are going to be extreme. We're going to go into the charts here. I want to start off with Bitcoin, then take a look at some total two or altcoins in general, and then we're going to finish up. If you came for SUI, stick around. We'll look at SUI technical analysis. I'm going to give you some trade setups even for how we're trading SUI moving forward. But right now, people are reacting to Bitcoin's price, which yesterday touched $112,000. Now, this morning, it pulled back as far as 107,300. We're not going to go into crazy detail on Bitcoin technical analysis, but what you need to know is zoom out before you freak out. Look at this daily chart here. Even with a big blue candle, Bitcoin just continues to be on a tear. In fact, we've had some overbought sell situations going on since all the way back here, back on May 2nd, when we were only at $97,000. Despite sell signals flashing in here, we've continued to move to the upside. So what you should know is there's absolutely another chance that just like back on May 2nd and back here in May 11th, when we ignored major sell signals on the 12-hour and daily chart, we could ignore them once again. In a nutshell, though, the bottom of what I'm seeing, maybe Bitcoin pulls back all the way to $101,000. Maybe it doesn't even do that. It did fall back down to the 4-hour smart trail here today. We did scoop up some more Bitcoin. If you want to know more about where we're buying Bitcoin in our VIP trading group, well, go join that VIP trading group. We'll show you just what the markets are looking like and the best places to buy. But for the sake of today's video, let's actually transition here into Total 2. If you don't know what Total 2 chart is, on TradingView, this represents the price action of every single altcoin, not Bitcoin, but every other altcoin right now. A current market cap right now for that is at $1.22 trillion. Now, what you need to know about this right now that's bullish, and then we're going to talk about potential pullbacks in altcoins in general, is the Total 2 chart did just break out of a bullish pattern called a falling wedge. Lower levels of resistance, lower levels of support, constricting. It looks a little bit better when I show you on the 4-hour chart. There you go, that red line and green line. We had this big constriction, and now we've made a breakout. There's a bullish side of this that says we could be heading all the way up on the weekly chart with weekly buy signals up at least back towards 1.46 trillion. But if you follow how these things move, whenever you get these bullish buy signals on the weekly chart, like we did just get back at the end of April, we oftentimes move, just like in March and in December, into the middle, if not top, of this red range of a resistance cloud. If that was the case, we're talking about almost a $2 trillion market cap for altcoins, not Bitcoin, which would be good enough to be all-time high, beating out the highs from back in November of 2021 when we were at 1.7 trillion. So that's the exciting side of what we're still looking forward to. It's not quite the altcoin season. Bitcoin dominance still pretty high, up at 64%, but that doesn't mean altcoins can't rally over the next couple of weeks, next couple of months. This rally is just getting going. Again, zoom out before you freak out. Even with this pullback, it's still a major bullish chart. On the downside, what I will tell you about altcoins in general is we could see a pullback to two different levels of interest. I think the first one, the lower one, is going to be back down towards this daily smart trail, towards $1.1 trillion. That's going to be kind of similar to where we have that green line. You can see here on the daily chart, we have a red reversal, we have bearish momentum, and that money flow is bleeding downward. That being said, during a bull market, sometimes these bearish indicators are rejected. So we need to make sure we're continuing to monitor this as it is. A drop below that daily smart trail, all of a sudden, I do think that the Total 2 chart is in trouble. But for now, Don't freak out when we're still so very high. This morning, we did bounce off of this 4-hour smart trail. So this gives us a very good chance that right now, the bottom of this pullback could/should be in. You can even see on the 4-hour chart here a very bullish candle with a long lower wick below, a small candle body, and now the movements are starting to make their way back up. Make sure to stay tuned on this. This weekend could get very fun for the crypto market cap as a whole, but for now, we are hitting some great levels of support. Barring some terrible news over the weekend, we're looking very, very good. But with that said, though, let's check in on a coin specifically, the one that has had the most news over the last 24 hours and been one of the hottest coins in the last couple of months. SUI is ripping markets to shred after bottoming out all the way at $1.71 back here in early April. This is one of the top moving coins, even with today's pullback. It's up over 100% in the last month and some change. And I don't believe that this is done whatsoever. I still believe that SUI is going to be making some major moves to the upside. In fact, when you take a look at Fibonacci extension mode, a price prediction that I still have for SUI over the summer is all the way up here to the 1.272 zone at $7.32. Some of this is also marked by the fact that we have, just like on that total 2 chart, a weekly buy signal where we have the green reversal, we have the momentum going to the upside, and while the money flow is bleeding here a little bit, overall, the money flow is flowing back to being positive here. So unless we get some sort of major sell signal, for now, the weekly chart remains bullish, and that's what's giving us targets on the low end of $5. And then, because this chart's so new, it doesn't have the red reversal cloud, you got to kind of trust what the 5 daily chart's saying, where we're just now getting that reversal cloud. Look where the top of that's sitting, right there along that key Fibonacci level at $7.32. So that's going to continue to be my mark for what SUI is going to do. But that's how high I think SUI can get during this summer. What about what's going to happen to SUI over the weekend? You can see while most candles, most charts are saying that we are bouncing off a 4-hour smart trail, SUI is one of the few coins that is extremely oversold on the 4-hour chart, dropping well below that 4-hour smart trail. In fact, now the question is going to be, with the RSI and the oscillator sitting low, will we start to see buy signals on this 4-hour chart and maybe the 1-hour chart as well down below? But we're waiting on that. We did make an entry this morning in our VIP trading group. A liquidation level that we have been tracking for quite some time did tell us down here towards 360 would be a very good entry position. We actually bought some of this yesterday, bought more this morning. How would I be trading SUI right now? The long-term charts remain extremely bullish, but technically speaking, targets down below, maybe back down towards the daily smart trail, still are something to be aware of. With this position here at $3.36, we also have a big order block on the daily chart, kind of giving us some support in that range. The way I'm going to be treating SUI is after entering this morning, I will also enter more if we make our way down to 335. The way this trade setup will look, if I take away some of the Lux Algo indicators, is a long position that will have an average somewhere here in the middle around $3.48, $3.58. My take profit will be for later on this summer, all the way up here at $7.32. I'll adjust it later if something changes. But the mark that I'm going to be keeping an eye on for potential stop loss opportunity, I bought some here at 350. I'm going to buy more here at 336. If we make our way down below the lows in May, on May 6th, if we start to put in a lower low on SUI, I am going to want out of this trade. Even if my new entries here are in loss, this could be a sign of much worse price action coming. But for now, with that daily chart and that daily smart trail giving us signs up above, I feel very comfortable, even if SUI made its way down below 330, that a bounce should be on its way shortly after. There's so many reasons to remain bullish on this project. But again, my line in the sand, $3 and roughly 4 cents. If we drop below there, I want out of my SUI long. By the way, if you had been in our VIP trading group, this would just be an additional trade to something we traded a long time ago. We entered a trade on SUI all the way back here at $2. And so for that reason, even that trade, I'm in heavy profit at the moment. If we do fall back down below this $3, I have raised my stop loss up there to take profit if this structure, this bullish structure starts to break, I want to make sure to get out. With that said, though, I'm very confident about SUI, the long-term bullish potential of this coin. I still believe later this summer, we will see $7.32 per coin. That's what you need to know about SUI. That's what you need to be prepared for this weekend. A lot of support right now, but if that support does get lost, look back down there around $3.36 to $3.30 as your next entry on SUI. If you want to learn how to trade these markets and trade other coins, just like I showed you how to trade SUI, make sure, again, to join that VIP trading group where we show each and every single day just how to trade the markets using technical analysis and news as your best friend. That's all I have for you in this video, though. Make sure to leave a like button or smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. We're almost to 50,000 subscribers, but we need your help to get over that line. If you love our content, if you want to stay up to date and learn how to trade, this is the best place to do it. Subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next video. Adios. Well, there you go. You got to the end of the video, which means you probably did enjoy it. Let me tell you about some other things that you might enjoy once you've smashed that like button and subscribed to the channel. You might enjoy sharing this content with a friend of yours so that they too can take in the information they need for all of their altcoin and technical analysis needs that they have. If you enjoyed the news portion of the show and you want to stay up to date on what's happening in crypto, there's no better account to follow than the Investing Bros X account. Go subscribe to it right now. Stay up to date on what you need to know. Also, if you want to be a part of the community and you're not quite ready to commit to the VIP trading group, every single Wednesday at 3 p.m., we have a live show right here on the Investing Bros YouTube channel. Put it on your calendar. Join us every single week. Come in and ask some questions. We'll give you some answers. With that said, though, we'll see you in the next one. Adios.